ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fitness Talk Show, where we are going to delve into issues that shape our continent. We're talking about continent. I'm going to narrow it down to the African continent because today we'll be tackling a topic that is often overlooked but critically important: why African politicians don't consider fitness as a requisite for leadership. It has always been a problem, and that problem is always what we want to look at, because when you look at the African leaders, the way they are looking and the way they are, most of them are almost close to 100. And my problem is, our problem right now is, what exactly is the issue? Why not considering fitness as a requisite for leadership? That is really going to help us. But before we go into all of these decisions, don't forget, my name is Soye Lekima, and I have Hannah here, and definitely Uzo will be joining us live online to discuss all of these issues. Why is it that, yes, leaders in the African continent don't consider fitness as a requisite for leadership? Short break, and we just said something about African politicians don't consider fitness as a requisite for leadership. And leadership is about more than just policies and speeches. It's also about setting an example, inspiring confidence, and demonstrating vitality. Yet, in many African countries, the physical and mental fitness of our leaders is rarely given the attention it deserves. Why is that? And this question has been on and on. And I would like Hannah and also to be part of this discussion today, because joining us today are two esteemed guests. And I have Hannah here, a health expert and fitness advocate, and also a political analyst. Welcome to the show. Hannah, how you doing?
Fine, thanks for having me here.
Yeah, and Uzo, how you doing?
Thank you. I look forward to our discussion.
Okay, that's great. And let me just go straight and let's start with the basics. Hannah, why do you think fitness is overlooked by many politicians in Africa?
Well, it's a combination of cultural perception and lack of awareness and sometimes prioritization, sorry, of other issues. They don't take physical fitness as something that is important. They just consider whatever they are doing as the propositions. They don't work on themselves to be physically fit and so on. It's very important for us to be physically fit. Sometimes do your exercises, not only becoming a politician and just keep yourself like that without making sure that you're physically fit.
Well, Hannah just said that yes, it's all about prioritization. They look at other issues and things that are more relevant and more necessary for them, without considering this as an evidence that shows that healthy leaders are more effective, resilient, and better decision. Now, that's interesting. Also, from a political perspective, what do you think are the reasons behind this neglect?
Thank you, Mr. Soy. In the show. In many cases, the people are the political climate, they focus on survival. People struggle and face the own issues. Fitness and wellness are often seen as a secondary concern, leftovers. When leaders are under immense pressure, additionally, there are sometimes a cultural stigma that associates fitness, quality, and strength of character. It's important for us to consider.
Culturally, perceptions play a big role. Hannah, what are the risks of leaders neglecting their physical and mental health, please?
Sometimes people are looking up to like they want to see what you are doing. They want to see it, and as people are difficult. So neglecting physical fitness is not something you should do because you don't want to do what you do. See a role model, they want to say, oh, this is my role model, and what it's doing. I want to be part of whatever it's doing. So you should neglect your fitness. So neglect health too, because increasing your physical fitness is something that, as a human, you're supposed to and make sure that you're keeping fit because of your purpose, especially when you're at this kind of age. So it's very important.
Well, I just told us that neglectedness can lead to health crises that incapacitate leaders, reduce the productivity and undermine public trust. And again, it's something that is very important. We know that decision making has to reach your mental ability, and we know fitness is more of mental than physical. And moreover, a leader health can influence national health trends, especially if the leader is seen as a role model. Of course, we're talking about NCD issues that have jeopardized quite a lot of health and jeopardized quite a lot of families. The reason why we are getting these issues on the African, getting this with our solution is because we are not resilient, we are not stable in terms of mental clarity, emotional stability, which are crucial in leadership roles. These are some of the issues that we face, and that makes a whole lot of sense. And back to you, Uzo, do you think changing the perception is possible? Can we see a shift where fitness becomes a leadership criterion? Because we have tried that several times. We have tried as much as possible to see how INEC will use that as one of the prerequisites for them to be able to. Yes, if you want to go into politics, we should be able to assess all of these. So what do you think? Do you think that is going to be a shift, if that becomes a criterion for leadership?
America was with the bidding to step down from so now we step down. Over here in Nigeria, the teaching begins with awareness and cultural shifts. The political leadership starts prioritizing fitness and fully promote healthy lifestyle. It can bless the public. As international examples shows that leaders who prescribe wellness are often seen as more dynamic and more trustworthy.
Well, that's very nice of you. Also, nice to hear all of this from you. That yes, it's important for everyone. Definitely, we will be going deep into all of these discussions because I'm going to take you straight back to Hannah again. We'll be right back after the short break.
More than just policies, they've given us pure Presidents run countries, give speeches, and sometimes fall flat on their faces. From accidental peeing to surprise slaps, these African leaders have given us more than just policies. They've given us pure comedy gold. Get ready to laugh, cringe, and say, wait, did that really happen? This is 17 most embarrassing moments of African presidents ever caught on camera where power meets oops. Number 17 is what happens when your mouth loads slower than your brain. Zuma edition, down like Wi-Fi during NEPA blackout. Security rushed in. The nation gasped. But Tinubu, he got up, dusted himself off, and continued like a champ. Later, he joked about it. I was just paying respect to my ancestors. Whether it was ancestral tribute or slippery flooring, one thing's for sure, his fall made headlines faster than a budget approval. At number 15, President Salva Kiir proves that even world leaders aren't safe from bathroom emergencies. president drops harder than a network signal in the bush. When asked about it later, Mugabe brushed it off with presidential pride. Comrade Bob hit the floor faster than the Zimbabwean dollar during inflation. Security tried to block cameras, but sorry, too late. Every photographer had already captured it from 12 different angles. Twitter renamed it the fall of a regime. When asked about it later, Mugabe brushed it off with presidential pride. It was just a slip. Yeah, a very historical one. Or South Africa's deputy president, Paul, cited, "Forget doctors. I'm the cure now." He claimed he could personally, just before a ceremonial football match, Uganda's first deputy prime minister, Moses Ali, decided to show he still got the skills. He approached the ball like Messi. The crowd held their breath. He kicked, he slipped, he hit the ground like a dropped watermelon. One moment he was launching the ball, the next he was launching himself. Soldiers rushed to help him up while the stadium tried to suppress its collective giggle. The ball, still rolling, his dignity, left behind at midfield. The clip went viral with fans saying he tackled himself before the game even started.
Exactly is going on in the African continent, where the leaders are aged, the leaders have issues with proper understanding about fitness, leaders have issues with understanding fitness as one of the most important things that has a lot to do with your mental ability, because studies have confirmed that fitness is more of the mental than the physical, and these things are not taken seriously. And before we wrap up, what steps can we take to encourage African politicians to consider fitness as an essential part of leadership? And what steps do you think we're going to take?
Education is key. We need a campaign that highlights the benefits of fitness for leadership, organizing a program also, so that the people that look up to us will at least go into such program. They will know that we care about their health and also our health, so that we can be able to be physically fit and do whatever they are supposed to do as the young ones and other people. That education is really the key, and we need to, the government and all the politicians are supposed to do a program to organize physical fitness so that people can also achieve.
Well, you've just heard from Anna. She has told you that yes, it's important. Education is the key, and the need for campaigns that highlight the benefits of fitness for leadership is something that cannot be overemphasized. And integrating fitness programs into leadership development and encourage role models in politics is to lead by example.
Ancestral.
This is extremely very important, because that's the essence of the Shape of Nigeria 3030, Shape of Africa 3030. Where Africans are also going to see it as not just seeing it. Let me just give an example. The essence of the Shape of Africa 3030 is, first, is for us to be very, very, when you mean Shape of Nigeria 3030, it starts from the 1st of October to the 10th of October. Meaning you have to be, and how to it. You have to take patriotism that has actually made us to fail. First, we're patriotic. Second, we have to be part of whatever in the campaign. We call it the door-to-door business survey. It's extremely very important. Looking at the demography of this country, door-to-door survey to be able with a very good regimen that everybody. The leaders, we consider this as a criterion for leadership. We want the INEX in Africa. All of this is really very important. All of this, just as I said, is a key. We need that's going to highlight benefits, integrate fitness programs into leadership development. Is very important, because role models in politics to lead by example can actually make a difference. Let's hear from us. What exactly does it take before we wrap up? Because the steps we need to take to encourage African politicians to consider fitness as an essential part of leadership. So, what do you think about that?
Yes, I agree with what you said, or Anna also said, there's some steps, very important steps, like policy-wise or policy-wise, policy, that encourage the awareness and campaign. This will be recorded awareness campaign and create environments for these voices that are promote physical activity, which is very important. Ultimately, leadership is about setting positive examples like to witness that.
Well, fitness is going to be part of that image, just like the coordinating minister of health right in Nigeria has signed the NCD policy. But when signing the policy is one, the next is taking the campaign to the street. That is another thing that is very important. And as part of propositions, Fitnesstalk Communications actually proposed to them for them to come up with the Shape Up Nigeria 30 minutes of exercise for 30 days. I think that is alone is enough to reduce osteoporosis. And studies have shown that, yes, doing all of this is going to help us in terms of improving our memory, help us to balance our blood sugar levels, help us to improve our strength, help us in terms of our skeletal frame, and quite a lot of other benefits, even including things like helping our immune system. If all of these are important, why not Africans see this as a criterion for leadership? Because fit employers make very fit decisions. And for all of this, it's important for us to tell you that, yes, we are actually very happy for the contributions of Hannah, the contributions of Uso. To our listeners, remember, strong leaders build strong nations. And let's advocate for health, wellness, and fitness at every level of leadership.
To show
until the next time, I'm your host, Soye Elekema, and this has been Fitness Talk Show. Definitely, I'll be right back, same time, same station. Don't forget, but the reason why we're doing all of this, and definitely we always want to be the best, but fitness is the key. We're not just living. Promise me you're going to start doing something. I promise you, you're going to tell the next politician close to you that he needs to start doing something. That is the only way. And let's get this straight. Better mental ability makes a better decision. Africa, way back, third world countries, that is not the issue. The issue is the mental ability. It's the way you think, that's how you're going to look like. It's what you offer yourself, that's exactly what you're going to get. This is not going to end now. Definitely we'll be right back after. Same time, same station. Let me not say after because we're running the show right now. Thank you very much for your time. Definitely we'll be back.
Get ready to laugh. Abu tried to make a grand entrance at Eagle Square. He walked confidently toward the presidential parade vehicle, waved at the crowd, and then, boom! The man went down like